Hey guys, this is Dr. Sharnael Wolverton-Sehon. A little bit of technical stuff here. Let me see how I could get this unblocked here. It looks like there's something in the way of the camera. Excuse the technical stuff here. My server literally just went down about 5 minutes ago. So I was like, adjust this. Hey, Lauren.
Hey.
Sorry.
You're good.
Do you have earphones?
I do not have earphones.
Okay, go grab stuff real quick.
Okay.
So there's not an echo. Okay. Now I just need to go. Sorry, my server just went down. I had to completely change places here. Who's over here? 1 second, let me get Lauren on. Can everybody hear me okay? Or is it echoing?
So Facebook Live has been doing this weird thing when you get on with two people.
Can you guys hear me?
Okay.
All right, good.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay.
Cool.
Okay, so literally my server went down 10 minutes ago.
Oh!
I have been running around freaking out, calling Cox Cable and trying to figure out how to do this. Can you guys, everyone? And now the power just went out. What the heck is going on?
The enemy doesn't want people to hear this, I'm telling you.
This is crazy. The power literally just went out in my whole house.
Oh, goodness.
Oh. Anyway, okay, this is going to be important, really, for real. I hope I have enough battery to do this, so...
If not, we can plan it again.
Yes. Okay, so I'm super excited to have Lauren with us today. She's one of my favorite shiny diamonds. Can everybody hear me okay?
I can hear you great.
Everybody else, Ginger, Tabitha, all you guys who are out there, I see you guys. Anyway, I'm so excited. For the next 30 minutes, we have the valuable, awesome time of having Lauren with us. She is shiny, full of great ideas. She leads a huge team, an army of amazing people. And every time I get any time with her, I am like always really blessed to be with her. So the fact that she's taken time away to be able to be with you, that is super cool. Oh, really hard. Someone's saying we can hear you. Okay. I'm giving away some stuff. If you can look in the comments down here below, all you got to do is like me or follow me. And Lauren, she's got her link on there too. Follow both of us on Instagram. We have both of our links there. Share. Tag 4 people in this. Download, like in the comments, 1 per comment. And basically to be added or tagged, they actually have to be in the group. So make sure to add them. That would be a good idea. And anyway, I'm giving away a free crystals class membership, crystals and oils. So I'm really excited about giving that out, and I will put the link up for that. And then I'm also giving away this baby right here, Kunzia oil. Yay. So just follow directions and tag 4 people and do all the things to follow. And you're going to want to follow us anyway, because we got some great stuff on a regular, especially her. If you've watched her, you know, catch her in the 12 Days of Diamond. Really cool, awesome stuff. So before further things, and I want to take up your time, can you just give us a little bit about who you are, and then we'll start with some cool questions to help everybody get to know you better.
Yeah, so Lauren, and I'm originally from Texas, but obviously being an Army wife of it's been almost 13 years, I think, 12 years, something like that. You lose count after 10. But we obviously have been moving around all over the country. We pick up and move every 2 to 3 years. We have had 6 moves in the last 10 years. And We don't know if we're going to be moving this summer or not. We're still 2-week wait, still on hold. So I hate not knowing, but it's exciting either way. I have 2 girls, 2 beautiful daughters, an almost 10-year-old, an almost 4-year-old, and a baby in heaven. And let's see, I started doing Young Living almost 6 years ago. It'll be 6 years in June. And no intention on doing the business. I straight up told my enroller that I would definitely not be doing the business. And I said, don't even ask me, don't even talk to me about it. Total hands off, like, right? I was like, I'm going to school full time. I want to be a child psychologist. I want to help children and families. And little did I know that God was like, like up there laughing, like, you're not going to help children and families like you think you're going to help children and families. I'm going to take you down this road to help children and families this way. So, yeah, and it's just been for people who don't share. I don't know how they don't share, because I'm like, the products are so good. Every person on Essential Rewards, I'm like, why don't you share? If you love the product so much and you're ordering every month, why aren't you telling your friends and family? Don't you want them to be loving these too? Yeah. So, but that's really how it started. And it started with my family, and it started with my mom. She's a platinum leader, Janet Cruz. She has Silver Sisters. Her and my aunt have the Silver Sisters page. And then my beautiful sister-in-law, Hannah Cruz, who's married to my brother. So, and then my other sister-in-law, Joni, who's married to my other brother. It's a whole family thing now. It's amazing. Love it.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yes. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I got to meet you, I think about 2-3 years ago.
No, we met in Hawaii on the first Drive to Win contest.
So that was 2000.
That was like the first year I joined.
2014. So that was 14 years ago.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you who are just getting
okay.
People keep calling me too.
Oh, that's why her people keep calling you.
Yeah. Sorry.
You're all good.
So this isn't getting weird. I'm also going to have to figure out, I got to go grab a Mophie real quick to get my phone plugged and charged to make sure this keeps going. But while I go do that, I don't want to interrupt what you're doing. So
no, you're fine. I'll just flow.
Yeah, she's going to share with us right now. I asked her a couple things. I asked her to give us 5 amazing tips that helped her, because she's got a huge group of people that she leads and helps and nurtures and loves and inspires on a daily. And so I am just so fortunate that she's with us today to give you guys a little insight to the kind of the everyday life of what she does to keep that momentum and to keep people growing and learning within her team, because she's a great leader. And part of being a great leader is inspiring and leading. You know, the whole thing about leading is you got to turn around and look to make sure there's people behind you, right? And she is definitely the definition of that. She's got a ton of great people. And, you know, the thing about being a leader is you got to go first. And she went first. And what I love about her, not just her attitude and her inspiration and obviously her beauty and her inner heart beauty, but what I love is she's like a no excuse lady. Like, I came from a military background too. And I'm telling you, the moving constantly is a little bit, it's
hard.
That having that, like, no sense of like security. You really have to have an inner security to be able to go up and up and up and up and up. And I see that in you so much, and you carry that so well. And it's tangible. Like, your people feel it. I feel it. I know everyone who comes in your realm feels it. I know you do a lot of things, but if you can give us your 5 things of how you carry that around, how do you implement that security? How do you continue to run a huge, very big group of people constantly on the move? Because, you know, people have so many excuses. Well, I can't do this because, you know, I don't have enough people in my area that are like listening to me, or, you know, people won't show up at my meetings, or, you know, all these like lame excuses. And then, you know, I look at someone like you And I'm like, yeah, happening. And she's got kids and she's doing everything.
And I'm homeschooling
too.
and I'm all the things.
Yeah. I mean, you know, no excuses, you know, it's
Right,
just like,
right.
either you do it and you make the choice to do it,
Or you don't do it.
Yeah.
And you keep complaining about it,
for
right?
your lack of success, you know?
Right,
The things that I hear are things like I just said, or my upline won't help me, or this kind of stuff. So I'm ready for you to just be honest.
Drop some bombs.
Yeah, like tell it like it is. And I'm
you'll always get go for it. You'll always get honesty and realness from me. And you're like making me cry over here. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have the mascara. It's not waterproof. So, so if you follow me on Instagram, you know I'm a military wife, right? Of 12 years, and my husband Thomas has been in the Army now for over 16 years, and so it's been hard. It's been very hard. Deployments, ups and downs, moving every 2 to 3 years, the inconsistency, not knowing what we're doing next, where we're going next. But it's become part of a norm for our family. And you have to mold and adjust and shape yourself, right? You can't let it stick you and get you stuck in a place. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's actually, I've used it to my advantage. And that's the thing is, whatever scenario is thrown at you, you can either choose to use it to your advantage and look at it positively, or you can use it to your disadvantage. But that choice is up to you, right? And so I've chosen to use being a military wife, moving every 2 to 3 years, being away from family, having no support locally in the area, and creating a brand new team every place that we go. I've chosen to use that to my advantage moving. So for people who tell me, well, I don't know anyone in my area, and I'm like, oh, neither did I. So I can totally relate to you. So obviously my husband's been in recruiting now for over 11 years. He was in infantry before. He went to Iraq numerous times and all that, but now he's in recruiting, and he is in charge of actually 35 recruiters here in the Eastern Iowa area. And what people don't realize about recruiting for the military is it's one of the most difficult sales jobs there is in the world, right? You can't touch it, taste it, test drive it, or in our case, you can't smell it. So it's not something that's tangible in front of you. My husband's literally offering somebody, sign on this contract for the next however many years, and you can't see if it's something that you're going to like or not, right? You can't test drive it out. But he's really, really good at what he does. And so he's very wise when it comes to the science behind marketing and sales. If you don't think, so number one, right, I'm red personality first. If you do not think that you are in the business of sales, I'm sorry to tell you that you are. And I know that a lot of people don't like the word sales or marketing or whatnot, but we are selling a product. We are selling a lifestyle. And when you realize that, it becomes a lot easier. That's why there's a marketing degree. That's why in college, there's a marketing degree, because there is techniques behind it. But due to his experience, he tends to be my go-to for like everything under the sun as far as questions, if I'm stuck with something, or if I need some like fresh reminders of stuff. And he's always shared for me from the beginning about the importance and the value that we offer to the other person, right? We should offer more value to the other person than we ask for in return. And that's how our heart should be. And that's how Gary Young lived his life, okay? So we should be mimicking that, and success will come. So he shared with me a quote. If you follow Gary V, I can't pronounce his last name to save my life, he's a little bit brass. But if you can take out some of the really brass stuff, he has a lot of good points. But Gary V stated that the greatest version of a person in the world is a purebred salesperson. That's what you and I are, okay? A purebred salesperson. One that is obsessed with providing more value to the other person than they ask for in return. And when you make that mental shift, because it's a mental shift, that's what's usually preventing you from succeeding, is something mental in your mind, right? So when you make that mental shift, and more importantly, then once your actions start to speak it, things will start to massively unlock in your business, okay? So some of the synonyms for the word obsessed, because I want y'all to focus on the word obsessed. Because obsessing can be a good thing or a bad thing, right? But if you're obsessed with blessing others, if you're obsessed with hope, if you're obsessed with faith, if you're obsessed, right, with giving more value to the other person than you ask for in return, you're just going to get flooding blessings back, okay? So synonyms for the word obsessed is determined, driven, persistent, relentless, steadfast, strong-minded, tenacious, motivated, ambitious, devoted, eager, passionate. Every time that you share Young Living with someone, are you any of those? Or are you all of those? Or are you none of those? Okay? Which ones are you? I want to try to be all of them, right? I want to be all those synonyms. Okay? I just had, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit later on the cold market, but I just had a Lyft driver that when I spoke at the Chicago Beauty School 2 weeks ago, I was telling him all about Young Living because everyone needs Young Living, right? And he just texted me because we exchanged phone numbers and whatnot and emails because I was like, I'm getting this guy in Young Living and I'm getting his family healthy. He just texted me this morning and said, I just watched your Facebook Live class that you sent me, and I need to know more. Your tenacity, your passion, just literally drew me in, and I can tell that this is something I need. Are you passionate? Let it be a moth to a flame. Let people want to drink what you're drinking, right? They want to do that, okay? Everyone needs this. So every time you share Young Living with someone, what are you presenting it? How are you presenting it? Body language, your voice, your tone, everything, okay? So every time that and this is the same with introducing the business side of Young Living and introducing Essential Rewards. I am not like timid whatsoever about introducing the business side with anybody about Young Living anymore. I used to at the very beginning, but now, the Lyft driver, I said, so why do you do Lyft? And he said, well, we just had a baby and to make some extra income. And I said, do you want to be a Lyft driver forever, or can I help you get out of it?
Awesome.
Come on, guys. Okay. Right. So the same with Essential Rewards. So when you sign up someone with Young Living Kit, you need to sign them up with Essential Rewards right out of the gate. And obviously I won't go into hardcore detail because my videos on the 12 days of diamonds, that you can, all my Essential Rewards tips on how to drastically improve Essential Rewards at sign up and how you can be successful with that. But, my next tip is, so all of you who are joining in or are going to see this video later, you see what's possible with Young Living, right? You know what's possible because you've seen all the diamonds that are around. You know it, right? You know the possibilities are there. But you don't have a roadmap to tell you where the sweet spots are. Right? You don't have a roadmap to tell you, oh, that group over there, they're the ones that are totally going to make you like totally successful, right? But I'm telling you right now, on this journey, on this road trip, follow your leaders. Follow the advice that they're giving. If you have, even if it's not, let's say your direct upline leader, but you have a cross-line leader who you feel more attached to or you feel like a connection with, and follow what they're doing, okay? But follow the leaders, right? What I want you to do every single day is you have to grab that pickaxe and you have to grab your shovel and you have to get up out of your bed every single day. And in faith, you have to walk to that mountain and just start digging and digging and digging until you hit something. And again, we don't know where in the mountain there's diamonds, right? We're just mining. We don't know where.
That's good. Love it.
But,
that is so good.
But we have to pick up our pickaxe and our shovel and just keep digging every single day. So what you are doing every single day is you're going to say yes. When you open your eyes before your feet hit the ground, you're going to say, yes, use me today. I'm going to pick up my pickaxe and I'm going to pick up my shovel and I'm going to dig. And I'm going to dig. You're saying yes to an investment in your future and that will never go in vain. It will never go in vain. And I always tell my team, one of the especially new business builders, I always tell them, I don't want you necessarily focus on small goals, right? The first couple years, but I want you to mainly focus on 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, because that is the long haul. That is what you're working for and you're aiming for. And I know y'all can't see my vision board up here, but if you've seen my videos, you see my vision board all the time. But that is what I focus on. That's what keeps me going whenever I fall off my horse and I say, yep, I'm going to get back on. Whenever I'm digging through a mine and it comes up short and I'm like, there's no diamonds. Okay, I'm just going to go on this one and I'm going to start again. That's what keeps me going is the 5, 10, 15, 20 years. It's thinking about my grandbabies. That's what keeps me going. It's thinking about a legacy left behind for my family. Okay. So, and I know that it's hard to envision, that far away, but you must see this as the whole picture of possibilities if you want to continue to wake up and say yes. You have to think of the entire possibilities, okay? The Word of God says faith without works is dead. Yes? Yeah. And I apply the Bible to every aspect of my life. Some people say, well, that's not talking about work. Yes, it is. The Bible should be applied to it should be applied to your marriage. It should be applied to your children. I'm not just going to have faith that I'm going to have a good marriage. I have to apply it. I'm not going to have faith that my kids are going to teach themselves in homeschooling. I have to apply it, right? I have to work. I'm not going to have faith that I'm just going to be successful in my work. I have to get up off my booty and I have to do some stuff, right? Yeah. So that's what Gary Young did every single day. And he called the Bible his owner's manual. You can't have faith that you're just going to be successful and people are going to line up and be like, hey, I want to do this and I want to do this business, right? I want you to have faith that that's what's going to happen, right? I want you to speak it like, God, send people my way. Like, speak it every single day. That's what I do. I say every single day when I wake up, I'm like, align me on the path that I need to be on today, whether I go right, left, back, forward, stop, slow down, or speed up. I want my footsteps to be ordered. Whoever I'm supposed to connect with today, let it be. And don't let me be distracted. Every single day I speak that. Okay? Power is in our words, yes? So you can't have faith while sitting on the couch and waiting for it to happen. You can't. Exactly. There's no way. So many times people wait on God to do something and they say, well, I guess it just didn't work out because it just wasn't meant to be. And I'm like, girlfriend, maybe it's because you were sitting on the couch and God was waiting on you to get your booty up and do something.
I just had this conversation with someone.
Did you?
Right here. Somebody who was asking about this and this and this. And each time I would come back and give them, do this, or watch this video and do this. And they came back the other day and they were like, well, something about like, it's not working and I just need help. And I said, dude, have you done a single thing that I told you yet? Like, do not come back to me and not one call, not one more text, do not send an email or an inbox or anything telling me that you need something else when you haven't done one thing with all the information I have freely given you with my time right now. I actually charge for coaching calls, like outside of my team or whatever. And I coach a lot of people. And that's the number one thing is like what you said, being teachable. And being like applying. It's like you're so right. You can attract all the people like you did with your lift car person. You attracted that person because you're a radiant light and because of the things that you're speaking of, like put these people on my path. But if you don't use your mouth and actually invite them to do the
things, it's a tool
and give them information on how to work with you, then that's the works part. That's the missing part sometimes of, doing the steps that just a little bit further than, radiating the sun and helping people, sending out good vibes and all this stuff. It's like, yeah, that's really good. But then you actually have to do something. I love this. This is so good.
Well, awesome. And I saw a comment that said that starting a conversation is tricky. You're thinking about it too much. You're overthinking it. Starting a conversation is not tricky at all. Just open your mouth and just share. And I can tell you right now, they'll be so thankful for it. So thankful. Typically, the moments that we are stopped or like roadblock preventing, it's usually because the enemy doesn't want us to say something to that person because they're in bondage and they need it the most. And so don't allow that block. The moment that your mind starts playing games on you, like, oh, don't say anything. No, I'm too shy. No, it's too tricky. That is the moment when you need to say something. So be aware of that time. Anytime that you start having a battle in your mind that's wanting to prevent you from saying something or wanting to prevent you or stop you from starting a conversation with someone, going up to somebody, those are the times when you need to the most. All right.
Yes.
So you need to get up. You got to get out there. You have to make a move. You have to walk in faith. And y'all, say yes every single day. You need to understand that faith without works is dead. But when faith is mixed with works, you better get ready for what's going to unfold. I'm telling you that right now. So yes. Next tip is, we have to remember, and I love how you spoke this a second ago, we have to remember that the pack will only go as fast as the leader will, right?
Yes.
And you had mentioned that earlier. And you can't tell someone to do something that you haven't done yourself, right?
Yes.
You can't tell someone to make cold calls or expect your team to get on Facebook Live, do all the things, do the classes, do events, do vendors. You can't expect them to do it if they haven't seen you post and you do it yourself, right? It's kind of like when you're driving and I love analogies. When the car in front of you sees something, like you're close behind, you know you can't see in front of that car, but the car in front of you can see what's ahead of you, right? And they see something in the middle of the road while driving, but you're directly behind them so you can't see them. And so the car in front of you swerves to the left to miss it. What do you do instinctively? You swerve to the left to miss it. Because you're trusting them. You're trusting that they're leading the right way, right? They're seeing something that you don't see, and they're going to follow suit with what you're doing, right? So our instincts are to swerve in the exact same direction as the car in front of us to miss possibly hitting something that could be dangerous. You want your teams to do more Facebook Lives? You do more Facebook Lives. You want your team to step up their social media game? Girlfriend, you step up your social media game. You want your team to do more classes, to do more vendor events? You got to post and you got to show them your calendar is filled, okay? Yeah. You have to do it yourself. Real quick, I'll kind of talk about primary colors, and obviously you know that my primary color is red. That's why I'm so I tell my team, anytime I hear an excuse from my team, and most people, when they give excuses, they usually call it a reason. The reason I can't do this is because. The reason I didn't do that is because. And the word reason is only used because it makes you feel better, because you don't want to call it an excuse, right? And so obviously primarily red. However, my yellow drives my red. I'm yellow secondary. So my passion and compassion for my family and Team Young Living and others is what fuels my red. But I have a lot of green and blue in me too. At convention, you'll probably catch me in Club Red dancing like big time. And most people think I have a lot of blue, but I have blue. I love having fun, but blue doesn't drive me. It doesn't need to be fun for me to get it done. That rhymed. Doesn't need to be fun to get it done.
You're a rapper.
Right? But when I first started doing Young Living and I took the color test, my red and green were actually very, very high. I was a bad red, right? A troubled red. Growing up, my whole family is red. So growing up, I mean, it was just butting heads constantly. It was, I'm right, you're wrong. I'm not going to apologize, in your face, yelling kind of a atmosphere. And you guys may look at me and you're like, oh my God, that's not who Lauren is. No way. That's who I used to be. So I am proof that you can change if you want to change. You know, so many people say, oh, well, you can't change